I'm coming back to reinvest in myself. Life gets busy, life gets in the way, but choosing to put yourself first, choosing to fulfill your intentional needs from within is a choice you can always come back to, no matter if you haven't even thought about yourself for the last 100 years. You can always come back to the choice of, now I'm going to invest in myself. This is Mindset by Natalia. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Where has my investment been? I started my journey with personal development, let's say 5 years ago. It was when I first got into therapy during the pandemic phase of life. And that's when I really started changing my perceptions, the people that I was around, the things that I valued. And trust me, it's been woo, 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 right? Up and down and up and down. That's what life is. But I always had a special intentionality around the way that I treated myself. I started going on solo dates for the first time in my life. There was a year where I went on a solo date every single week of the entire year, 52 solo dates. I have a whole video on that if you're interested in more of that, but I would just really look inward and appreciate myself. I completely changed the way that I would speak about myself. The way that I would speak in general became very intentional. Nothing like sarcasm or like sassy jokes or stuff like that. I feel like, I don't know, it was just like a phase of life, and I came into a much more spiritual understanding of how much significance our words carry and how important it is to have that inner trust in yourself. That's another thing that I was working on so much, is I felt like I could not trust people in my life because, of course, of past situations and circumstances and people taking advantage of me. But I had to cultivate that feeling of, I trust myself. If I can't trust anyone else right now, I can at least come back to myself. And I just started treating myself like a flippin' queen. Like, honestly, that's how I would put it. I would buy myself flowers every day. I would put up affirmations about how beautiful I was. I would like take so much intention into like getting massages and like having, I don't know, like having the intentionality around healing my physical body, like, you know, going to therapy, trying new therapy techniques, healing that like emotional, building more of a relationship with God and the universe and spirituality, and healing that inner soul inside of me. And all of this is a journey that I've been carrying, you know, for the past 5 years. And again, life gets in the way. Sometimes it's super up and sometimes it's, yeah, I haven't thought about it at all. And there is no right or wrong way there. With that being said, I have chosen to come back and reinvest in myself. In the past couple months, maybe even year, I've been very externally focused, you know, building up my business and cultivating my new relationship and pursuing friendships and all of those things, which are amazing. But it's all about, where is the balance of both things? You know, it never should be it's only me or it's only other people. It should honestly be such a beautiful blend of both, where you always will come first, okay? After like, if it's universe and God, and then it's you, right? You come back to yourself always. People are going to pass away in your life. People are going to shift. People are going to change. You will always stay with you. You are the only person that you will have from the absolute beginning and until the absolute end of your life. Another thing that I hear, and I feel like I've even said in the last couple months, is, but I don't have the finances. How am I going to treat myself to a nice dinner? How am I going to, you know, like, how am I going to get that massage? How am I going to treat myself well? Treating yourself well has, I'm not going to say nothing to do with money and abundance, because of course that's a beautiful way to cherish yourself, to take yourself out on dates, to buy yourself a new outfit, you know, things like that, of course, like make you feel so happy and content. But it's like one part of the story. It's like when you meet your partner, it's like, yeah, at first it's like, yeah, oh my goodness, they're very attractive and I like their energy. But at the end of the day, it's like, is that person going to be wheeling you around when you're 80 years old? Like, I don't know. And maybe it's we don't think about that right away, but again, the intentionality of, will I always be able to come back to myself in times when I have all the abundance in the world, in times when I don't? I am moving forward with my investment journey in myself. This is where I am leaving the past behind. What has been in the past should only ever expand from that. It shouldn't be my guide as, I need to get back to when I was like this, when I treated myself like this. Again, life is constantly going up, constantly learning new things. So it's not let me cultivate what I had in the past, it's let me build for a better future. What works for my life now is intentional and with purpose. The things that I'm working on are specific to this point in my life. My health, my fitness, my nutrition, my career, that's been a huge one. And if you don't know what yours is, look at your vision board. Like, look at your list of goals that you've made over the years, you know? Last year, I could have said I was so focused on my dance and on my education and on taking care of myself and going on all the solo dates and all of that. This year was all about my career and expanding and creating a better relationship with my family and with my partner. All of those things came up this year, but again, next year it'll be something else. We are constantly evolving, so you just need to be clear with whatever it is that you're prioritizing right now is completely fine. You just need to be intentional. I'm going to give to my friends. I'm going to give to my boyfriend. I'm going to give to my work. Like, if you're looking to give equally to everything in your life, you're going to end up being successful in none of those things in your life. At certain times, certain things require a bigger priority, okay? This is why people always say in business, why do you think it takes a good amount of energy to start something up? It's not in 3 months, like, woohoo, I did it. It takes sometimes months, years and years of practice and failing and getting up again and trying again. But this isn't a one-time fix it. This is I'm constantly coming back to what needs to be not just mended, but like what needs my priority and my attention at the time. I am determined to clear my nervous system and give myself more opportunities to feel safe, to be comforted with myself, like knowing that no matter what happens in my life, I'll always have me, I'll always be able to figure something out. That's a huge thing where sometimes it's like, will people still stand by me? Will this opportunity will still be there? Will my job let me go? Like, whenever you feel an insecurity and like you don't know what's going to happen next, always know that you and your choices are something that you will always be able to have conscious, not control over, but you will be able to be one with that. Self-investment along with external investment. This is where it's a little tough, okay? People love to play like two sides of the opposite. It's black or it's white. As you guys know, I always say it's somewhere in the gray, right? I feel like that should be like my logo. It is going to start with you. Again, you're not good, no one else is going to be good. Your cup is not filled, no one else's cup you're going to be able to fill. You're just going to become angry and resentful, and you're going to be doing things that you don't want to be doing because you realize that you are not putting yourself first. You are over prioritizing other people. And of course, that other people like that. Other people like to feel like a priority, but you need to be your top priority. And that's tough. You know, you're going to have conversations where someone's like, why aren't you being there for me? Why aren't you like, why don't I feel prioritized by you? But that's where you have to question, like, what, again, phase of your life are you in? What are the things that are truly important to you at this time? Once you build a really good foundation of internal reflection and understanding yourself, building that trust, taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, all the things, that's when you can start your external investments. And again, even the external investments are going to be different at all times of your life. Let's take some of the major relationships that you'll have. You'll have your friendships, you'll have your family relationship, and you'll have your partner. Maybe also, like your business coworkers and all of that. But let's stick to the big three, right? So within these, you're also going to go through phases of life where sometimes one is more not important than the other, but one is going to take a higher priority based off of what it is that you desire, right? If you're looking to get married in the next year, it's like a lot of your focus is going to be on your partner. If you're really cultivating on building a community and feeling safe and having people to talk to, you're going to value friendships a lot at that time of your life. If you're like, I really want to get back to that innate loving relationship I had with my family, that's where you start with your family. If you have a really good, strong foundation with yourself, again, your cup is 100% full, it's going to yield you such better relationships overall in your life because you will be naturally attracting other people that value and prioritize themselves, which is beautiful because you don't want a fan Ew, who wants to have a fan that's like their best friend? No, you want to feel like you are compatible, like you have something to give, you have something to take. This is what relationships are, you know, it's a constant back and forth and back and forth. No one wants to feel like, or at least not very healthy people want to feel like they're in a relationship where they feel superior to someone else. Today's takeaways: I am my best and most important priority. For me comes everything else, right? For me being healthy in all the different ways, I'm able to expand that into other people. I'm able to pour into other people. I'm able to help and cultivate new friendships and relationships, all because I have the security in myself of who I am before I'm worrying about pleasing people externally. You know, even in relationships, when you're finding a partner for yourself, it's you want someone to be on the same level that you are. And you're going to naturally attract better people if you're a better person, right? As they always say, whatever it is that you want in your partner, write it down and then be that. You can't say that you want something unless you're willing to give something too. With all that being said, thank you for watching today's video. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one.